Well, from vaccines to money. When the pandemic hit, spending time outdoors was one of the most popular activities for families. But the City of Rochester had to make some budget cuts, and that hurt the Parks Department.
Yeah, it sure did. Now city leaders are circling back to see if there is a way to help. ABC 6 News reporter Miguel Octavio was at tonight's council meeting. He's here now in the studio with us. Miguel, how does the city plan to do that?
Well, Laura and Ross, the city is using property tax dollars. People voted to raise their taxes in November to invest in our parks. Tonight, we know how the city plans to use the $2 million this year. Some people say it's needed given how much the outdoors have been a haven amid the pandemic. Even when the water is frozen and the leaves are off of trees, people say it's bringing them life.
Sometimes you just need a break, and sometimes the scenery helps it.
The outdoors therapy for the COVID-19 blues.
It's been almost a year that the pandemic hit, and it just means a lot just to get out and get out of the house.
It makes me feel so much better. I mean, it's just the fresh air.
But maintaining our trails, our trees, and public spaces isn't easy because of COVID-19's financial impact. Now the city is making choices. Nearly $400 grand will improve Cascade Lake Park. At Soldiers Field and Silver Lake, $100 grand will develop trails. And by summer, perhaps a splash pad at Lincolnshire Park using $300 grand. Some say these touches are necessary for safety.
They could take some of that money and revamp some of these bike trails and refresh them and make them like new.
Life won't be the same these next few months, but people say every penny for our parks makes all the difference.
As far as them raising the taxes a little bit to maintain the parks, I'm all for it.
Finding peace away from the pandemic. Now, some money will also be set aside to other public rec facilities and outdated parking lots. The council also debated to use money to get more feedback on the Silver Lake and Soldiers Field master plans, but majority of the council voted to postpone this. They say input from the public is important, but tonight they couldn't agree on how this should be done. Laura and Ross.